Misty dawn unfurled over the rolling hills, awakening the village to the familiar rhythms of pastoral life. From his modest stone dwelling, Hoshea the shepherd emerged, greeted by the crisp air of the early morning. Inside, the aroma of freshly baked bread filled the room, where Leah, his wife, moved with a grace that belied the hardships of their life. She watched fondly as Hoshea knelt beside their daughter, Abigail, his little dove. The bond between father and daughter was a special one, a connection that transcended words. As he gently braided her hair, a task he had lovingly mastered. Amos and Joel, their sons, tumbled around their father, vying for his attention, which Hoshea bestowed with a balance of playfulness and guidance. Leah's heart swelled at the sight, the embodiment of familial love that fortified them against the demands of their daily life. Outside, Hoshea's younger brother Asa tended to the community well. His posture bespoke a restlessness, his gaze often drifting to the paths that led beyond their village. Hoshea understood his brother's yearning. Their small community, bound by tradition and the unyielding land, offered little to a young man with dreams that stretched beyond the horizon. The morning sun climbed higher as Hoshea led his goats to graze. Unlike many shepherds, he knew each of his goats by sight, tending to them with a shepherd's keen eye and a gentle hand. The land was arid, and each patch of vegetation was a precious find, a testament to his intimate knowledge of the landscape he called home. Back in the village, Leah and the children worked diligently on their farm. The small patch of earth they cultivated was a mosaic of greens and browns, a symbol of their resilience and hard work. Abigail, with her tiny hands, helped her mother, mimicking her actions with earnest concentration. By midday, the sun hung high in the sky, its rays relentless. Hoshea found shade under an old olive tree, its gnarled branches telling stories of years gone by. He unwrapped the bread Leah had packed, its warmth a reminder of home. As he ate, his eyes never left the goats, their well-being his sole concern. In the afternoon, Hoshea's father Ephraim joined him on the hillside. A stooped figure with a lifetime etched into his face, Ephraim had once been a shepherd like his son, before age had slowed his steps. Ephraim, with a furrow of worry on his brow, shared his concerns about the changing times. He observed how the well, a lifeline of the village, was drying quicker with each passing year. Turning his thoughts to Asa, he noted his son's restless gaze, often fixed beyond the confines of their village. Ephraim acknowledged the absence of a suitable match for Asa within the village, recognizing that his younger son's future might lie elsewhere, beyond the familiar hills of their home. Hoshea listened, his thoughts adrift with the fate of his brother and the unspoken burdens of the future. His father's words were a reminder of the relentless march of time, of the inevitable changes that came with it. As dusk embraced the village, Hoshea returned to his family. The evening meal, a humble yet nourishing stew prepared by Leah, brought them together in a circle of warmth and shared stories. The children's laughter, a balm to the soul, filled the room as they recounted their day's adventures. After the children were settled in for the night, Hoshea and Leah found a moment of quiet together. Their conversation, easy and familiar, meandered through the events of the day and their plans for the future. They discussed the practical matter of selling 2 of their goats, a routine decision in their life as shepherds. The sale was necessary to buy essential supplies like fabric and salt, things they couldn't produce themselves. It was a straightforward part of managing their modest livelihood, reflective of the simple, pragmatic approach they took to sustain their family. Under the vast expanse of the night sky, the stars a silent chorus above, Hoshea felt the ancient pull of the land, the enduring bond of family, and the quiet strength that came from knowing one's place in the world. It was a life marked by simplicity and toil, yet rich with the treasures of love and belonging. As sleep claimed him, Hoshea's thoughts lingered on the morrow, a day much like any other, yet each dawn brought with it the possibility of change, a reminder of the fragile beauty of their existence. The first light of dawn over Gilead stirred the village to life, its gentle hum reaching into the single room of Hoshea's modest stone home. There, Leah was busy with the morning's flower in their all-purpose living space. Hoshea approached his wife from behind with a mischievous grin. Gently wrapping his arms around her in a teasing embrace, he planted a light, loving kiss on her cheek, a gesture speaking volumes of their years of shared joys and struggles. The moment was theirs alone, filled with the comfortable, playful intimacy of a long-married couple. Leah's laughter, a delightful sound he cherished, echoed softly in the room, a testament to their enduring bond and the ease of their companionship. This tender scene was soon joined by the sounds of their children waking. Amos, the eldest, emerged first, his sleepy eyes lighting up at their closeness. Abigail and Joel followed, their youthful energy quickly filling the small room. What was moments ago a quiet corner for the couple transformed into the bustling heart of family life. Amidst the morning routine, Hoshea shared warm, affectionate moments with each of his children, his interactions with little Abigail particularly tender. The family basked in the comfort of their togetherness, a daily ritual that fortified them against the uncertainties of life. With his staff in hand, Hoshea then set out, leading his flock northward. The terrain here was more challenging, but it promised lush grazing for his goats. The sky above was a vast expanse of blue, the sun climbing steadily as the morning wore on. Reaching the green plateau by late morning, Hoshea let the goats graze freely. The air was filled with the serene sounds of nature, a peacefulness that belied the dangers hidden in its beauty. It was then Hoshea noticed one of his younger goats was missing. A sense of concern washed over him as he scanned the area, finally spotting the goat stranded on a precarious cliff edge. Determined to save the stranded animal, Hoshea approached the cliff. The ground was treacherous, the slope steep. He began to carefully climb down, each move calculated, his experience as a shepherd guiding him. But nature is unpredictable. As Hoshea reached out to the young goat, the earth beneath him crumbled suddenly. There was no time to react. He fell, tumbling into the depths of the ravine below. His calls were swallowed by the vastness of the landscape, a stark, chilling contrast to the peaceful afternoon. As dusk settled over the landscape, a lone, enigmatic figure stood in the quiet ravine, completing a task marked by both urgency and reverence. He carefully placed the final stones upon Hoshea, whose body lay unadorned by any garment, exposed to the elements in a raw testament to the fragility of life. The mysterious man, his identity shrouded in the dimming light, paused for a moment in contemplation over the makeshift cairn. In this unembellished burial, there was an unspoken respect, a solemn tribute to the shepherd whose life had been abruptly cut short. With the setting sun casting the last of its rays upon the scene, the figure turned and departed. His presence, as transient as a shadow, faded into the encroaching dusk, leaving the ravine in peace. There, in the quiet of the secluded space, Hoshea lay, embraced by the earth, his resting place marked by the simple stones that bore silent witness to his existence.